Asher, a bright-eyed 12-year-old, sat cross-legged on the floor, engrossed in his favorite book. The warmth of family photos adorned the walls, their smiles casting a gentle glow over the room. Suddenly, the phone rang, shattering the tranquil atmosphere. Asher's heart pounded as he listened to the hushed conversation between his aunt and the caller. The words accident and hospital echoed in his mind, sending a chill down his spine. Moments later, his aunt, eyes glistening with tears, knelt before him, her voice trembling. "Asher, sweetie, there's been an accident. Parents, they're gone." The world around him blurred as the weight of her words sank in. Beloved parents, his heroes, were taken from him in an instant. Days turned into a blur of somber faces and muted condolences. Asher stood by their graves, a small figure dwarfed by grief. He clutched his parents' photo tightly, tears streaming down his face. In that moment of profound loss, a resolve sparked within him. He vowed to honor their memory by working hard and achieving the greatness they had always believed he was destined for. Years passed, and Asher's determination to honor his parents' memory fueled his ascent to unimaginable heights. Now in his 30s, Asher stood in his sleek, modern penthouse, a testament to his hard work and success. Floor-to-ceiling windows offered a panoramic view of the city, a sprawling urban jungle that he had come to conquer. Asher, dressed in a tailored suit that exuded confidence and authority, conducted meetings with high-profile clients. His restaurant chains, known for their exquisite cuisine and impeccable service, were the talk of the town. Real estate investments in major cities added to his immense wealth, each property a glittering jewel in his vast empire. Yet, as he looked out over the bustling cityscape, profound emptiness gnawed at his heart. Despite his material success, the love and warmth he once knew were starkly absent. He attended lavish parties and mingled with the elite, but meaningful connections eluded him. The women he met were drawn to his wealth and status, not to the man he truly was. Asher longed for genuine companionship, someone who would see beyond his billionaire facade. The memory of his parents, love, and the life lessons they had imparted remained his guiding light, driving his quest for a deeper, more fulfilling connection. Asher's days were a whirlwind of opulence and responsibility. Each morning began with a brisk workout in his private gym, overlooking the sunrise casting golden hues over the city. Dressed impeccably in designer suits, he navigated a world of high-stakes deals and influential connections. Meetings with high-profile clients took place in his state-of-the-art office, where floor-to-ceiling windows showcased the sprawling metropolis below. Lunches were often business affairs held at one of his own exotic restaurants. These establishments, renowned for their gourmet cuisine and exquisite decor, reflected Asher's meticulous attention to detail. He would dine on delicacies crafted by top chefs, the ambiance a symphony of luxury with soft lighting, plush seating, and elegant table settings. Evenings were a mix of social engagements and quiet moments. Asher hosted and attended lavish parties where the elite of society gathered to network and celebrate. Yet, despite the glamour, he found solace in simpler pleasures. Returning to his opulent penthouse, adorned with contemporary art and sleek furniture, he would unwind with a good book or a quiet reflection on his balcony, watching the city's twinkling lights. Throughout this lifestyle of extravagance, Asher remained humble and grounded. He never forgot his roots or the hard work that had brought him here. His wealth was a tool for creating beauty and comfort, but his heart yearned for something far more priceless: a true connection, a love that transcended materialism. Asher's journey, though paved with luxury, was driven by a deeper quest for meaning and genuine human connection. Frustrated by the superficial relationships that surrounded him, Asher made a bold decision. He would disguise himself as a homeless man to uncover true, unfiltered human connection. In his luxurious penthouse, he traded his tailored suits for tattered clothes, a worn-out hat, and scuffed shoes. As he looked at his reflection, the transformation was striking. Gone was the billionaire facade. In its place stood a man stripped of wealth and status. With a determined heart, Asher stepped out into the streets, ready to discover if genuine love and kindness could be found beyond the trappings of his fortune. Asher embraced his new identity, adopting a disheveled appearance. His once impeccable hair now fell in unruly strands beneath a worn-out hat. He wore tattered clothes, stained and frayed, and scuffed shoes that told tales of countless steps. As he ventured into the bustling streets, he blended seamlessly with the homeless community, his billionaire identity now a distant memory. People walked past him, indifferent to his presence. Asher felt strange liberation, free from the expectations and pretense of his former life. He was now just another face in the crowd, seeking genuine human connection amidst the city's pulse. Asher navigated the bustling streets of New York City, the cacophony of car horns and chatter creating a constant hum around him. Bright lights and towering skyscrapers, once symbols of his success, now loomed over him with an imposing indifference. His new reality was starkly different. He was no longer the powerful billionaire, but a seemingly invisible man among the countless others facing homelessness. He wandered through parks and alleys, his eyes open to the harsh realities that had previously been mere statistics. Asher met a veteran named Joe, whose weathered face spoke of battles fought both overseas and within. Joe shared stories of bravery and loss, his spirit unbroken despite his circumstances. Asher listened intently, offering a kind ear and heartfelt conversation. At a soup kitchen, Asher met Maria, a young mother of two who had fled an abusive relationship. Her resilience and determination to provide for her children, despite their dire situation, deeply moved him. She spoke of dreams deferred but not abandoned, her eyes shining with hope even in adversity. As the days passed, Asher formed connections with these individuals, each story etching a profound impact on his heart. He realized that beneath the surface of hardship were countless tales of courage, endurance, and an unyielding will to survive. His journey on the streets of New York was transforming him, not just externally, but at his core, as he experienced firsthand the strength and humanity those society often overlooked. On a bustling street corner, Asher encountered Jessica, a strikingly beautiful woman with kind eyes. She offered him a sandwich, and they shared a brief conversation. Jessica asked about his life, and Asher, maintaining his disguise, spoke of hardships and dreams. Initially, her curiosity seemed genuine, but as the conversation unfolded, her interest waned. Realizing he had nothing material to offer, Jessica's attention drifted and she soon excused herself. Asher watched her walk away, a mix of disappointment and understanding in his heart. This encounter reaffirmed his quest to find someone who valued him for his true self. Asher's days on the streets were filled with fleeting interactions, but one encounter stood out. He met Carlos, a mixed-race man in his late 40s, who had a warm smile despite his worn appearance. They first crossed paths at a local shelter, where Carlos noticed Asher's quiet demeanor and struck up a conversation. Carlos shared his story with an openness that immediately drew Asher in. He spoke of his past as a skilled carpenter, his dreams of building a better life, and the unfortunate turn of events that led him to the streets. A series of medical bills, a lost job, and the subsequent eviction had stripped him of everything but his dignity. Despite these hardships, Carlos maintained a hopeful spirit, finding small joys in helping others at the shelter and sharing whatever little he had. Asher found solace in Carlos's company, their conversations offering a rare sense of normalcy and genuine connection. They spent hours talking about their dreams, their disappointments, and their views on life. Carlos's resilience and positivity were infectious, reminding Asher of the strength of the human spirit. Through Carlos, Asher began to see the streets in a new light, not just as a place of despair, but as a community of individuals with stories, struggles, and a shared humanity. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, forging a friendship that transcended their circumstances. In Carlos, Asher found not just a friend, but a mentor and a beacon of hope, guiding him through this transformative journey. In a bustling soup kitchen, Asher met Maya, a gorgeous woman of color with a radiant smile. She served him a warm meal and sat down to chat, kindness and empathy shining through. Maya listened to Asher's story with genuine interest, asking thoughtful questions and sharing her own experiences of volunteering and helping others. However, as the conversation deepened and she understood his homeless situation, her enthusiasm faded. Despite her initial warmth, Maya's interest waned, and she soon moved on to help others. Asher watched her go, feeling a familiar pang of disappointment, but also a renewed resolve in his quest for true connection. Asher arrived at the night shelter, its exterior worn but welcoming. Inside, rows of cots lined the room, each occupied by someone with a story. The air was filled with the murmur of conversations, the rustling of blankets, and the occasional laugh. Asher chose a cot and settled in, his tattered clothes blending seamlessly with those around him. He watched as residents shared food, exchanged stories, and offered support to one another. An elderly man named Joe was recounting tales of his youth, while a young mother, Maria, calmed her restless child. Despite their struggles, there was a palpable sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. These people, stripped of material possessions, had found strength in their unity and compassion for one another. Carlos introduced Asher to a few regulars, each with their unique challenges, but bound by a common thread of resilience. Asher listened, amazed by their endurance and the bonds they had formed. A sense of community pervaded the shelter, a stark contrast to the isolation he often felt in his luxurious penthouse. As the night wore on, Asher lay on his cot, reflecting on the profound lessons he was learning. True essence of support and friendship was evident here, in the simplest acts of kindness and solidarity. For the first time in a long while, Asher felt a genuine connection to those around him, realizing that wealth wasn't measured by material possessions, but by the richness of human relationships and the capacity to care for one another. One crisp morning, as Asher wandered through a park, he noticed a young woman feeding the pigeons. She had a serene beauty and a warm presence that drew him in. Her name was Isabella, a 25-year-old Spanish woman with an aura of genuine kindness. Dressed in a simple yet elegant outfit, she smiled warmly as Asher approached. Noticing his worn-out clothes and tired expression, Isabella offered him a sandwich and a hot cup of coffee. Asher gratefully accepted, surprised by her unassuming generosity. They sat on a bench, and Isabella initiated a conversation, asking him about his day and his life with sincere curiosity. Unlike others, Isabella didn't flinch or withdraw when Asher shared his story of hardship. Instead, she listened intently, her eyes reflecting empathy and understanding. She spoke of her own life, her dreams of becoming a teacher, and her love for helping others. There was no pity in her voice, only a genuine desire to connect and offer solace. As they continued to talk, Asher felt a warmth he hadn't experienced in a long time. Isabella's kindness was untainted by ulterior motives. She saw him as a person, not as a homeless man or a potential benefactor. Her compassion and humility left a lasting impression on him, reigniting his hope. A true, unconditional love was possible. For the first time since embarking on his journey, Asher felt he had found someone who valued him for who he truly was. In Isabella, he saw a reflection of the humanity and goodness he had been searching for, a beacon of hope in his quest for genuine connection. In the days that followed their first meeting, Asher and Isabella spent more time together. They would meet in the park each morning, where Isabella would bring an extra sandwich and coffee for Asher. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, filled with stories, dreams, and shared laughter. Isabella spoke of her family back in Spain, her love for teaching, and her desire to make a difference in the lives of children. She had a passion for life that was infectious, and her eyes sparkled with excitement whenever she talked about her future plan. Asher found himself opening up to her in ways he hadn't with anyone else. He shared stories from his past, his dreams of building a better world, and his frustrations with the superficial relationships he had encountered. One afternoon, they sat by the lake, watching the ducks glide across the water. Isabella playfully tossed crumbs into the water, her laughter ringing out like music. Asher couldn't help but smile, feeling a warmth in his chest that he hadn't felt in years. He realized that his connection with Isabella was unlike anything he had experienced before. She saw him for who he truly was, beyond the ragged clothes and the facade of homelessness. Isabella's kindness and genuine interest in his well-being touched him deeply. Asher began to feel a profound bond with her, one built on mutual respect and shared dream. In Isabella, Asher found not just a friend, but a kindred spirit. Their growing connection brought him a sense of fulfillment and joy that money could never buy. He started to believe that true love and genuine companionship were within his reach, igniting a hope that had long been dormant in his heart. One morning, Asher decided to test Isabella's intention. Sitting on their usual park bench, he fabricated a story about a potential job opportunity that could change his circumstances. He spoke of an old friend who had offered him a position in a small company. Asher watched Isabella's reaction closely, searching for any signs of changing feeling. To his relief, Isabella's response was filled with genuine happiness for him. She encouraged him to pursue the opportunity, expressing her belief in his abilities and worth. Her unwavering support and joy for his potential success reassured Asher of her true, selfless intention. Asher nervously awaited Isabella's reaction to his fabricated job opportunity. Her face lit up with genuine happiness. "That's wonderful, Asher. I knew things would turn around for you," she said, her eyes sparkling with sincerity. She encouraged him to pursue the chance, expressing unwavering belief in his ability. Isabella's genuine concern and excitement for his well-being were unmistakable. Her reaction, filled with selfless support and encouragement, convinced Asher of her true sincerity. In that moment, he realized that Isabella's love was pure and unaffected by his perceived circumstances, solidifying the deep bond they shared. Despite the deepening bond between Asher and Isabella, self-doubt gnawed at Asher's heart. Each time they laughed together or shared a heartfelt conversation, a voice in the back of his mind whispered that his deception might be unforgivable. He wondered if someone as genuine and kind as Isabella could ever truly accept the man behind the disguise. One evening, as they strolled through the park, Asher found himself lost in thought. Isabella noticed his silence and asked, "Asher, is something bothering you?" Her concern was evident, but Asher couldn't bring himself to reveal his true identity yet. He feared that doing so might shatter the beautiful connection they had built. Late at night, lying on his makeshift bed, Asher's mind raced. He recalled all the times he had seen people change their behavior towards him once they knew about his wealth. Isabella seemed different. The fear of losing her weighed heavily on him. He questioned whether he deserved her love and kindness, knowing that his initial approach had been based on a lie. The burden of his secret became harder to bear with each passing day. Asher wanted to be honest with Isabella, to show her the real man beneath the facade. The fear of losing her friendship and love kept him silent. He was torn between the desire to reveal his true self and the fear that she might walk away, leaving him lonelier than before. Asher knew that he had to make a decision soon. The doubt and guilt were becoming unbearable, and he couldn't continue living in this limbo. He needed to trust in Isabella's goodness and hope that their bond was strong enough to withstand the truth. The weight of his deception became unbearable for Asher. One evening, as he and Isabella sat by the park lake, he gathered his courage. "Isabella, there's something important I need to tell you," he began, voice trembling. He looked at him with concern and curiosity. Taking a deep breath, Asher continued, "I haven't been completely honest with you about who I am. I'm not actually homeless. I'm Asher, a billionaire who disguised himself to find genuine connection." He looked into her eyes, hoping she would understand his intentions and still see him as the man she had grown to care for. Determined to reveal his true identity, Asher invited Isabella to one of his finest restaurants, an opulent establishment known for its exquisite cuisine and luxurious ambiance. As they walked through the grand entrance, Isabella's eyes widened in awe. Crystal chandeliers, elegant decor, and the soft hum of classical music. Asher, dressed in an impeccably tailored suit, led her to a private dining area, where a sumptuous meal awaited. Once seated, Asher took a deep breath. "Isabella, there's something I need to tell you," he began, his voice steady but serious. "This restaurant, all of this belongs to me. My real name is Asher, and I'm not homeless. I am a billionaire." Isabella's eyes widened in shock, her mind racing to process the revelation. She glanced around the lavish surroundings, then back at Asher, searching for answers. "Why?" finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Asher explained, detailing his journey and the reasons behind his disguise. He spoke of his frustration with superficial relationships and his desperate need to find someone who loved him for who he truly was, not for his wealth or status. He shared his fears, his hopes, and the lessons he had learned while living on the streets. As the initial shock wore off, Isabella's expression softened. She reached across the table and took Asher's hand. "I understand," she said, her voice filled with compassion. "Your intentions were genuine, and I can see the honesty in your eyes. The man I've come to care for is still the same, regardless of his wealth." Asher felt a profound sense of relief and gratitude. Isabella's acceptance reaffirmed his belief in the possibility of finding true, unconditional love. Their bond, now stronger and more transparent, marked the beginning of a new chapter in their journey together. Isabella gazed into Asher's eyes, absorbing the weight of his revelation. After a moment, she smiled warmly and squeezed his hand. "Asher, I appreciate your honesty. Your wealth doesn't change the person I've come to know and care for," she said softly. Her words filled Asher with relief and joy. Isabella's acceptance meant the world to him. Their bond, now strengthened by trust and mutual respect, felt more genuine than ever. They spent the rest of the evening enjoying their meal, their conversation flowing effortlessly, and their hearts aligned with newfound understanding and deeper affection. A few weeks after revealing his true identity, Asher planned a special evening for Isabella. He invited her to the same luxurious restaurant where he had first unveiled his secret. This time, the atmosphere was even more intimate. Soft candlelight casting a warm glow over their private table adorned with fresh flowers. As they enjoyed a sumptuous meal, Asher's heart raced with anticipation. After dessert, he stood and took Isabella's hand, guiding her to a beautifully decorated terrace overlooking the city skyline. The view was breathtaking, but Asher's focus was solely on the woman beside him. With a deep breath, he knelt on one knee and looked up at Isabella, her eyes wide with surprise and emotion. "Isabella," he began, his voice filled with sincerity and love. "Meeting you has changed my life in ways I never imagined. Your kindness, your genuine heart, and the love you've shown me mean more than any wealth or success. I can't imagine my future without you. Will you marry me?" Tears of joy welled up in Isabella's eyes as she nodded, barely able to speak through her happiness. "Yes, Asher, yes," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with emotion. Asher slipped a beautiful ring onto her finger and stood to embrace her. They shared a tender kiss, the world around them fading as they celebrated their love. The stars above seemed to shine brighter, reflecting the new chapter they were about to begin together. Their hearts intertwined. Asher and Isabella knew that they had found something truly special, an unbreakable bond built on trust, respect, and genuine love. The celebration of Asher and Isabella's engagement was a joyous affair. Held in one of Asher's luxurious restaurants, the event was filled with laughter and love. Friends and family gathered, including Carlos and several of Asher's homeless friends, all sharing in the couple's happiness. The diverse group mingled, toasting to the couple's future and dancing to lively music. Isabella's radiant smile and Asher's contentment lit up the room. Stories and heartfelt speeches filled the evening, highlighting the unique journey that brought them together. The celebration was a testament to love, unity, and the power of genuine connections. Asher and Isabella's days were filled with excitement and anticipation as they planned their wedding. They chose a stunning venue, a historic mansion with sprawling gardens, elegant architecture, and a breathtaking view of the city skyline. The mansion's timeless beauty was the perfect backdrop for their special day, symbolizing the enduring strength of their love. They pored over every detail, ensuring the ceremony would reflect their unique journey. Isabella, with her keen eye for detail, selected delicate floral arrangements, combined her favorite blooms with those that held sentimental value for both of them. Asher, ever thoughtful, arranged for the menu to feature dishes from their favorite restaurant, including some of the simple, comforting meals they had shared in the park. Together, they designed invitations that told their story, from Asher's days in disguise to their heartfelt proposal. They included heartfelt notes expressing their gratitude to their guests for being part of their lives and journey. As the wedding day approached, Asher and Isabella worked tirelessly to ensure every aspect of the celebration would be perfect. They involved Carlos and other friends they had made along the way, giving them meaningful roles in the ceremony. Preparations brought them even closer, reinforcing their commitment to each other and the life they were building together. On the eve of the wedding, they took a moment to reflect on their incredible journey. from chance encounters to deep conversations that solidified their bond. Their hearts were full of love and gratitude, eager to embark on the next chapter of their lives as husband and wife. The wedding day dawned bright and beautiful, filled with joy and excitement. The historic mansion's gardens were adorned with vibrant flowers, twinkling fairy lights, and elegant decorations. Guests arrived, dressed in their finest, their faces glowing with anticipation and happiness. Asher stood at the altar, his heart racing with a mixture of nerves and joy. He looked dashing in a tailored suit, his eyes shining with love as he awaited his bride. The music began, and everyone turned to see Isabella, radiant in her stunning white gown, walking down the aisle. Her smile was pure and heartfelt, her eyes locked onto Asher's. With every step, the memories of their journey flashed through their minds, making this moment even more poignant. As Isabella reached the altar, Asher took her hand, and together they faced the officiant. They exchanged vows, their voices steady and filled with emotion. Asher promised to love and cherish Isabella, to support her dreams and stand by her through every challenge. Isabella vowed to be his confidant and partner, to share in his joys and sorrows, and to love him unconditionally. Their words resonated deeply with the guests, many of whom had witnessed their extraordinary journey. Asher and Isabella exchanged rings, sealing their promises with a kiss that drew cheers and applause from their loved ones. The ceremony was a beautiful testament to their love, marking the beginning of their new life together. Surrounded by friends and family, including Carlos and the friends they had made along the way, Asher and Isabella felt a profound sense of fulfillment and joy. The day was a perfect celebration of their enduring love and the bright future that lay ahead. Asher and Isabella embarked on a romantic honeymoon, their first destination being the sun-kissed beaches of Bali. They explored exotic destinations from the vibrant streets of Marrakech to the serene beauty of the Amalfi Coast. Each day was filled with adventure and discovery, snorkeling in crystal-clear waters, savoring local delicacies, and wandering through ancient ruins. They created cherished memories, like watching the sunset from a private villa and dancing under the stars. Their love deepened with every shared experience, the honeymoon a perfect blend of relaxation and romance. Together, they relished the beginning of their lifelong journey. Returning from their enchanting honeymoon, Asher and Isabella settled into their new life together, hearts full of hope and love. Their home, a blend of modern elegance and cozy warmth, reflected their combined tastes and dreams. The spacious living room was filled with light, family photos, and mementos from their travels, creating an atmosphere of comfort and joy. Asher continued to manage his businesses, but with a renewed sense of purpose. He found balance in his work, making time for Isabella and their shared passions. Isabella, pursuing her dream of becoming a teacher, enrolled in a local university and began working part-time at a community center, helping underprivileged children. Their days were a harmonious blend of individual pursuits and shared moments. They enjoyed quiet breakfasts, evening strolls, and weekend getaways, always making sure to nurture their relationship. Asher and Isabella supported each other through challenges, offering encouragement and understanding. Together, they dedicated time to philanthropic efforts, focusing on causes close to their hearts. They worked to improve the lives of the homeless and underprivileged, drawing from their own experiences to make a meaningful impact. Asher and Isabella's love grew stronger with each passing day. Their bond, built on trust, respect, and genuine affection, created a solid foundation for their future. They faced life's ups and downs as a united team, always finding strength in each other. Their new life was a beautiful tapestry of love, ambition, and compassion. Asher and Isabella looked forward to the years ahead, knowing that together they could achieve anything and that their love would continue to guide them through every chapter of their journey. Asher, recognizing Carlos's potential and resilience, invited him to join his business. "Carlos, I'd like you to work with me. You have so much to offer, and I want to help you rebuild your life," Asher said sincerely. Carlos, overwhelmed with gratitude, accepted the offer with a firm handshake and a heartfelt, "Thank you, Asher. This means more than you know." Their friendship, forged on the streets, grew even stronger as they now worked side by side. Carlos brought his hard-earned wisdom and dedication to the team, proving himself invaluable. Together, they looked forward to a brighter, shared future. Asher and Isabella, deeply moved by their experiences, decided to dedicate substantial time and resources to helping the homeless community. Together, they launched a comprehensive initiative aimed at providing immediate relief and long-term opportunities for those in need. The first step was establishing a network of shelters that offered not just a safe place to sleep, but also warm meals, medical care, and counseling services. These shelters, located in various parts of the city, became a refuge for many, offering hope and stability. Isabella, with her background in education, spearheaded the development of educational programs. She organized classes on literacy, job skills, and financial management, helping individuals build a foundation for a better future. The community centers also provided childcare, enabling parents to attend classes and work without worry. Asher used his business acumen to create job placement programs, partnering with local businesses to secure employment opportunities for those ready to re-enter the workforce. He also funded small business grants, encouraging entrepreneurial spirit and self-sufficiency among the homeless. Their efforts extended to advocacy, raising awareness about homelessness and pushing for systemic changes to address its root causes. Asher and Isabella's dedication inspired others to join their cause, creating a ripple effect of compassion and support throughout the community. The impact of their work was profound. Lives were transformed as people found stability, purpose, and dignity. Asher and Isabella witnessed firsthand the power of community and the importance of giving back. Their initiative not only provided immediate aid but also paved the way for lasting change, offering a brighter future to those who had once been overlooked. Through their unwavering commitment, Asher and Isabella created a legacy of hope and compassion, reinforcing their belief that true wealth lies in the ability to uplift and empower others. Asher and Isabella's tireless efforts bore fruit, creating a lasting impact on countless lives. Their shelters, educational programs, and job placements provided stability and hope for many. The community centers they established became beacons of support and opportunity, where people found not only resources but also a sense of belonging. Their advocacy led to broader systemic changes, influencing policies to better address homelessness and poverty. Asher and Isabella's legacy was one of compassion and generosity, inspiring others to join their cause. The lives they touched and transformed stood as a testament to their dedication, ensuring their impact would endure for generations. Asher and Isabella's joy expanded as they welcomed their first child into their lives. A beautiful baby girl named Sophia. Their home, already filled with love, now echoed with the sweet sounds of a newborn. They cherished every moment, from sleepless nights to Sophia's first smile. Parenthood brought them even closer, deepening their bond and strengthening their commitment to one another. As they watched Sophia grow, Asher and Isabella's love and happiness flourished. Their family became a symbol of hope and renewal, reflecting the enduring power of love and the promise of a bright future together. One quiet evening, Asher sat in his study, surrounded by memories of his incredible journey. He looked at a photo of his parents, remembering the promise he made as an orphan boy. His gaze shifted to a picture of Isabella and Sophia, his heart swelling with love. Reflecting on his path from a lonely child to a billionaire, Asher realized that true wealth wasn't in his business empire, but in the love and relationships he had nurtured. His efforts to help others had brought profound fulfillment. In that moment, he understood that making a difference in the lives of others was his greatest achievement. Years passed, and Asher and Isabella's life blossomed with love, laughter, and fulfillment. Their home was a sanctuary, filled with the warmth of family gatherings and the joyful sounds of their growing family. Sophia, now a spirited young girl, was joined by a younger brother, Lucas, bringing even more joy to their lives. Surrounded by friends and family, including Carlos and the many people whose lives they had touched, Asher and Isabella celebrated the milestones of life, gratitude, and happiness. Their home became a place of unity and celebration, where diversity and kindness thrived. Asher continued to grow his business, but his focus remained on giving back to the community. Isabella's work and education flourished, and she became a beloved figure in the neighborhood. known for her dedication and compassion. Together, they expanded their philanthropic efforts, ensuring that their legacy of generosity and support endured. Their journey, from the streets of New York to a life filled with purpose and love, stood as a testament to the power of resilience and the belief that true happiness comes from within. Asher and Isabella's story inspired many, proving that with love, determination, and a genuine desire to make a difference, one could overcome any obstacle. On a serene evening, as the family gathered on their porch, watching the sunset, Asher took Isabella's hand and smiled. Their journey had been extraordinary, marked by trials and triumphs, but through it all, their love had remained steadfast. They knew that their greatest achievement was the life they had built together, a life filled with love, hope, and the enduring belief in the power of kindness. In the twilight of their days, Asher and Isabella found solace in the knowledge that they had lived fully and loved deeply. Their story was one of true happiness, rooted in the simple yet profound joy, being surrounded by those they cherished and having made a lasting impact on the world.